Rise, warrior, rise. Your story isn't over yet, it's just beginning. In those moments when darkness sweeps across your life, when the trusted figures you counted on vanish like shadows at dawn, when your once vibrant dreams crumble into dust right before your eyes, and the world coldly whispers, "You can't," I implore you to dig deeper than ever before. Within you lies an indomitable power, a relentless force that refuses to be extinguished. When life descends into chaos, when negativity clutches at your spirit, consuming everything you hold dear, you must rise. Stand defiant against the shadows, the doubt, and carve out a new destiny for yourself. Fight, not merely for survival, but for a rebirth of your aspirations, your dreams. This moment is not your demise. It is the birth of your new dawn. You possess the ultimate power to redefine your story. No individual, no obstacle, no series of failures can strip that power from you. Remember, true champions aren't crafted in the calm. They are forged in the fiery pits of adversity, through defeat, through the trials that would break a lesser spirit. You must stand firm, face the storm head on, and not merely endure, but prevail. Keep moving forward. If agony grips you, march on. If tears stain your cheeks, march on. If the future seems a murky abyss, march on. The key is to maintain your momentum. Don't succumb to self-pity or despair. The adversity you face today will be the foundation of your strength tomorrow. These trials, as harsh as they seem, are crafting you into an unstoppable warrior. No matter how profound the darkness, you must fight on. Stand with unwavering courage, with a boldness that defies every odd, every detractor. Your heart must be steadfast, your will unyielding. Confront the impossible. Stride toward your dreams with an iron will and an unbreakable resolve. This ceaseless pursuit, this relentless drive, is what distinguishes the victorious from the defeated. The battlefield of life does not favor the timid. It honors the brave, the ones who dare to march forward despite the howling winds of adversity. When the world screams that it's over, when all exits seem sealed, that's your cue to fight harder than ever before. Prove to yourself and to everyone watching that you have the grit and the heart to turn the tide. Demonstrate that no darkness, no despair can smother your inner light. The intensity of life's battles doesn't define you. Your response does. Life will inevitably strike hard and without mercy. But the true measure is how powerfully you can strike back, how resolutely you can claw your way back into the light, fighting for every inch of your dreams. If these dreams truly matter to you, you don't crumble under the weight of setbacks. Instead, you obliterate all barriers until your visions are realized. Your resolve is unwavering, your spirit unbreakable. In moments of doubt, affirm to yourself, I am responsible. You cannot alter your past, so channel your energy towards sculpting a future so compelling that the past dims in comparison. Focus so intensely on building your future, on achieving your goals, the past becomes nothing more than a distant echo. Define your path with precision. Know exactly what you need to do every single day, Monday through Sunday, to improve your circumstances. Transform each tragedy into a triumph. Winners don't just dream, they execute. They transform visions into actions, driven not by fear or doubt, but by an unstoppable determination. Life is akin to a one-way street. Once you embark upon it, there's no turning back. When faced with fear, you have two choices: retreat and perish, or face it head on and emerge stronger than ever. If you choose to fight through the fear, the strength you'll gain on the other side will surpass anything you've ever imagined. I'm here not just to survive, but to win, to conquer whatever challenges arise. Know your worth, then go out and claim it with every ounce of strength you have. Take the hits and keep moving forward. Never blame others for where you are. That's the way of cowards. And that is not you. You're built for resilience, for perseverance. No matter how long it takes, be it finishing school, passing an exam, or overcoming any personal battle, you keep pushing. You keep striving because giving up is not an option. Persistence is the key. It outlasts every storm, every dark night. Do not overthink. Take action. Decide that the only way you can lose is if you quit. Remember, every success I've achieved has been built on a foundation of failures. Each setback has been a stepping stone, pushing me higher. And for those of you pondering surrender amid a season of failure, remember this: it is always too soon to quit. God has a bright future planned for you, one that shines brilliantly beyond the fog of current troubles. I'm fired up, not because the path is easy, but because I've chosen to rise each time I fall. I'm in the business of getting up, of pushing beyond my limits. To truly embody the spirit of a beast, you must endure the worst of storms and still be grateful for the strength to stand, to lose everything and still be thankful for the chance to rebuild and even exceed past successes, to hit rock bottom and see it not as an end, but as a solid foundation for a formidable comeback. Discover your why. It's the alarm that doesn't just wake you up, it propels you out of bed, ready to tackle the world. It's the fuel for your actions, the reason you no longer accept excuses. And remember, none of your aspirations will come to fruition if you give up. Every significant achievement starts the moment you decide to get back up. Embrace your inner beast. It's your resilience, your undying spirit that will define your legacy as a champion. This journey of relentless pursuit, of battling through darkness and emerging into light, is the essence of true victory. It's not merely about reaching a destination, it's about who you become along the way. Every challenge, every obstacle, every setback is an opportunity to prove your mettle, to demonstrate that you are not defined by your circumstances, but by your decisions, your resolve, and your unwavering determination to succeed. So, when life knocks you down, when dreams seem out of reach, remember this: it's not the fall that defines you, but your willingness to rise. It's not the darkness that shapes you, but your quest for the light. With every challenge, you have the chance to rewrite your story, to build a legacy of strength, resilience, and indomitable will. Rise, warrior, rise. Your story isn't over yet, it's just beginning. If the lion is the king of the jungle, what makes him so? He's not the biggest animal in the jungle. That title goes to the elephant. He's not the fastest, that's the cheetah. He's not the smartest. So how does a lion earn his crown? It's his mentality. It's what sets him apart. When a lion sees an elephant, he doesn't see a giant he can't defeat. He sees lunch. The elephant, on the other hand, sees a predator and thinks of escape. It's all about the mindset. When a lion encounters a pack of hyenas, even if he's outnumbered, he stands firm because he knows he is the king. His mentality is unshakable. Now imagine being a gazelle. You move fast only when pushed, prodded, or chased by a lion. When the lion stops chasing, you stop running. But a lion doesn't need to be chased. A lion knows that survival depends on hunting. For a lion, the thrill isn't just in the kill. It's in the hunt itself. They revel in the chase as much as they do in the catch. Real lions love the process, the journey, as much as the prize at the end. Many of you just want the end result without falling in love with the grind, the struggle, the process. A true lion hunts until he gets what he's after. And then he hunts again and again. There's no stopping a lion. If you're going to be what you say you want to be, if you're going to achieve what you dream of, you need that lion mentality. If you're in gazelle mode, you'll fall short. You'll have average results. But if you're in lion mode, you're unstoppable. Whether you're a student, an entrepreneur, or someone trying to lose weight, you need to switch to lion mode. Significant achievements don't happen in gazelle mode. Extraordinary things happen in lion mode. When you wake up every morning, think like a lion. Tell yourself, I can get through this. I will get through this. I must get through this. On days when you feel disconnected or unmotivated, remember your goals, your purpose. Stay hungry. Never be satisfied. Do you know when an alligator is easiest to kill? Right after it eats. It's paralyzed with satisfaction. Some of you have had a taste of success, and now you're resting. But that's when you're most vulnerable. Stay hungry. Stay focused on the next goal, the next hunt. What have you achieved that's made you complacent? What success has dulled your edge? You're here to change the world, to do extraordinary things. Remember that hunger, that drive. Ordinary people accomplish extraordinary things because they stay hungry. Think about 3 people you love. Keep them in your mind every day as your motivation. When you feel like hitting the snooze button, think of them. Let their needs be louder than your comfort. Let them drive you to rise and grind. Every day, ask yourself, who am I doing this for? Let those thoughts fuel you when you want to give up. Execution isn't about doing it when it's easy. It's about pushing through when it's hard. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. Execution is worship. We execute for those we love, for those who look up to us. That's why I wear my achievements with pride, to inspire others. You can't quit because others are watching, learning from you. You have a legacy to build. For the next 100 days, embody that lion mentality. Feel it in your soul. Declare it. I can, I will, I must. Give yourself that energy, that drive. Your future depends on it. Understand why you're here. Find your purpose, your dream, and pursue it with the intensity of a lion. Like a shark that can't swim backward, you must always move forward. Every day, seek out your goals and chase them with relentless hunger. When you're hungry, you're creative and innovative. Hunger keeps you driven, pushing you to raise your standards and achieve more. Don't let satisfaction lull you into complacency. Always strive for more. Stay hungry. Eliminate distractions. Focus on your goals with laser-like precision. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Praise can paralyze you, making you dwell on past successes. Keep moving forward, never letting past achievements hold you back. You transform your approach to life. Challenges become stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. You learn to thrive under pressure, to find joy in the struggle, and to grow through adversity. This is the essence of the lion mentality. Imagine waking up each morning with a fire in your belly, a determination to seize the day. You don't hit the snooze button because you know that every minute counts. You get out of bed with purpose, driven by your goals and dreams. You tackle your tasks with energy and enthusiasm, knowing that every effort brings you closer to your objectives. This mindset is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about showing up every day, ready to give your best, even when you don't feel like it. It's about pushing through the pain, the fatigue, and the doubt, because you know that the reward is worth the struggle. And when you achieve your goals, you don't rest on your laurels. You set new ones. You keep pushing, keep striving, because you understand that true success is a journey, not a destination. You never allow yourself to become complacent. You stay hungry, always looking for the next challenge, the next opportunity to prove yourself. Think about the people you admire most. What sets them apart? It's not just their talent or their achievements. It's their drive, their determination, their relentless pursuit of excellence. Now think about your own life. What are you passionate about? What are your dreams and goals? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to achieve them? Are you ready to adopt the lion mentality? To push yourself beyond your limits? To stay hungry and never be satisfied? This is your moment. This is your time to rise and grind, to chase your dreams with the heart of a lion. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Don't let complacency dull your edge. Embrace the struggle, the grind, the process. Fall in love with the journey, and the results will follow. Every day, remind yourself of your goals. Write them down. Visualize them. Feel them in your soul. Let them drive you, motivate you, push you to be the best you can be. Surround yourself with people who support and inspire you. Seek out mentors who can guide you, challenge you, and hold you accountable. And most importantly, believe in yourself. Believe that you have what it takes to achieve your dreams. Believe that you are capable of greatness. Believe that you can and you will succeed. You are not a gazelle running only when chased. You are a lion, a king, driven by purpose and passion. You are unstoppable, unshakable, and relentless. You have the heart of a lion, the mentality of a champion. So rise up. Chase your dreams with all your heart. Stay hungry, stay focused, and never be satisfied. This is your time. This is your moment. Be a lion. Be a king.
right, let's dive into this powerful topic, 11 things you should quietly eliminate from your life. I want you to imagine a life where you wake up every morning feeling energized, focused, and ready to tackle the day head on. A life where you're not weighed down by negative thoughts, toxic relationships, or self-limiting beliefs. That's the kind of life I'm talking about, and it's within your reach. You see, sometimes it's not about what you add to your life, but rather what you remove. It's about decluttering your mind, your heart, and your environment. When you eliminate the things that are holding you back, you create space for growth, happiness, and success. So what are these 11 things you should quietly eliminate from your life? Let's start with the first one, negative self-talk. We all have that inner voice that whispers doubts and fears, telling us we're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But here's the truth, that voice is a liar. It's a product of your insecurities and past experiences, and it has no place in your future. Instead of listening to that negative self-talk, start practicing positive affirmations. Look in the mirror every morning and tell yourself, I am worthy. I am capable. I am capable. I am destined for greatness. Repeat these affirmations until they become a part of your belief system. When you change your inner dialogue, you change your life. The second thing to eliminate is toxic relationships. We've all had people in our lives who drain our energy, bring us down, or constantly criticize us. These relationships are like anchors, holding us back from reaching our full potential. It's time to cut the cord and surround yourself with people who uplift you, support you, and inspire you to be your best self. This doesn't mean you have to cut everyone out of your life who doesn't agree with you. It means setting boundaries, communicating your needs, and being selective about who you allow into your inner circle. When you surround yourself with positive, like-minded individuals, you create a powerful support system that will help you weather any storm. The third thing to eliminate is procrastination. How many times have you put off a task or a goal because it seemed too daunting or uncomfortable? Procrastination is the enemy of progress. It's a thief that steals your time, your energy, and your dreams. To overcome procrastination, you need to develop a sense of urgency. Remind yourself that time is a finite resource, and every moment you waste is a moment you can never get back. Start taking action, even if it's just small steps. Break your goals down into manageable tasks and tackle them one by one. As you build momentum, you'll find that procrastination loses its grip on you. The fourth thing to eliminate is fear of failure. Many of us are so afraid of failing that we never even start. We let our doubts and insecurities hold us back from pursuing our passions and reaching for our dreams. But here's the thing, failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of success. Every successful person has failed at some point in their lives. The difference is that they didn't let failure define them. They used it as a learning experience, a stepping stone to greater things. When you embrace failure as a natural part of the journey, you free yourself from the fear that holds you back. The fifth thing to eliminate is comparison. In the age of social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. We see their highlight reels and assume their lives are perfect, while we struggle with our own challenges and insecurities. But comparison is a game you can never win. Everyone has their own unique journey, their own struggles, and their own triumphs. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Celebrate your own progress and achievements, no matter how small they may seem. When you learn to love and accept yourself, you'll find that comparison loses its power over you. The sixth thing to eliminate is clutter. And I'm not just talking about physical clutter, although that's important too. I'm talking about mental and emotional clutter. The endless to-do list, the unfinished projects, the nagging thoughts that keep you up at night. When you declutter your mind and your environment, you create space for clarity, focus, and peace. Start by prioritizing what's truly important to you. Let go of the things that no longer serve you, whether it's a grudge you've been holding on to or a commitment that drains your energy. When you simplify your life, you make room for what matters most. The seventh thing to eliminate is the need for perfection. Perfectionism is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can drive us to excel and achieve great things. On the other hand, it can paralyze us with fear and self-doubt. The truth is, perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. Instead of striving for perfection, strive for excellence. Give your best effort, learn from your mistakes, and keep growing. Embrace the idea of good enough and trust that your best is always enough. When you let go of the need for perfection, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. The eighth thing to eliminate is the victim mentality. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming others for our circumstances or feeling like life is happening to us. But when we adopt a victim mentality, we give away our power. We become passive observers in our own lives. Instead, choose to be a victor. Take responsibility for your thoughts, your actions, and your results. Recognize that you have the power to shape your reality through your choices and your mindset. When you shift from a victim mentality to a victim mentality, you reclaim your power and become the architect of your own destiny. The ninth thing to eliminate is the need for approval. We all want to be liked and accepted, but when we base our self-worth on the opinions of others, we give them the keys to our happiness. We become people pleasers, constantly seeking validation and approval. But here's the truth: you don't need anyone's permission to be yourself. You are worthy and valuable just as you are. When you learn to love and accept yourself unconditionally, you free yourself from the chains of external validation. You become the master of your own self-esteem. The 10th thing to eliminate is the fear of change. Change can be scary, especially when it means stepping out of our comfort zones. But change is also necessary for growth and progress. When we resist change, we stagnate. We miss out on opportunities to learn, evolve, and become the best versions of ourselves. Embrace change as a natural part of life. Trust that every ending is a new beginning, and every challenge is an opportunity for growth. When you learn to adapt and flow with change, you become resilient, flexible, and unstoppable. And finally, the 11th thing to eliminate is the belief that you have to do it all alone. We live in a world that celebrates independence and self-sufficiency, but the truth is, we all need support sometimes. We all need people who believe in us, encourage us, and lift us up when we're down. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Surround yourself with a community of like-minded individuals who share your values and your vision. When you have a strong support system, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. So there you have it, the 11 things you should quietly eliminate from your life. But knowing what to eliminate is only half the battle. The real challenge lies in putting these principles into practice day after day, moment by moment. It's not always easy to let go of negative self-talk, toxic relationships, or the fear of failure. It takes courage, commitment, and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. But I promise you, it's worth it. When you eliminate the things that are holding you back, you create space for the things that truly matter. You open yourself up to a life of joy, fulfillment, and endless possibility. You become the best version of yourself, and you inspire others to.
Your future isn't determined by luck or chance. It's shaped by the habits you build today. You know, life is a funny thing. We're all out here chasing success, chasing happiness, trying to figure out how to live our best lives. But what I've learned over the years is this: success isn't about what you achieve. It's not about what you have. It's about who you are. The truth is, your habits, what you do when nobody's watching, those are the things that will define your destiny. See, greatness doesn't just show up at your door one day. You've got to build it brick by brick, day by day. And those bricks, they're your habits. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits. So tonight, we're not talking about dreams. We're talking about the choices you make every single day, the discipline it takes, and the commitment to show up, even when it's hard. Because if you can master that, oh, let me tell you, there's nothing that can stop you. Habit one, be proactive. Being proactive is about mindset, but it's also about consistent, deliberate action. It's a shift in thinking where you stop seeing yourself as a passenger in life and start seeing yourself as the driver. No more sitting back and hoping things work out. You take responsibility for your outcomes because you know that your decisions, your actions, and even your attitude are shaping your reality every single day. Imagine this life throws curveballs. It's guaranteed. Unexpected challenges, setbacks, and problems are inevitable.
But the proactive person doesn't sit there and let these things derail them. Instead, they anticipate obstacles. They plan ahead. They prepare themselves mentally and emotionally, so when life throws a challenge, they're ready to face it head on. It's about looking at the opportunities in every situation, even when things seem tough. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" the proactive person asks, "What can I learn from this?" They don't complain about the problem, they work on the solution. They focus on what can be done, and they do it no excuses, no waiting for someone else to take the first step. Proactive people also understand that their decisions today echo into their future. They think long term. They don't just react impulsively to what feels good in the moment. They consider how their actions today will impact their goals tomorrow. Every action, no matter how small, is aligned with their bigger purpose. Think of it like planting seeds. You don't plant them today and expect a full-grown tree tomorrow. You nurture it, water it, and protect it from the elements. Over time, it grows and bears fruit. Being proactive is that same long-term commitment, knowing that the actions you take now, no matter how small, will pay off in ways you may not even see yet. It's about creating momentum in your life. When you're proactive, you start to build positive habits that compound over time. Little by little, your consistent efforts stack up and push you forward. Proactive people are intentional with their time and energy. They don't wait for motivation, they create it through their discipline and focus. And here's the real beauty of it: being proactive gives you control, not over the world, but over yourself. It's about owning your choices, your responses, and your path forward. The more you practice it, the more resilient you become, because you're no longer at the mercy of external forces. You realize that the power to shape your life has always been in your hands. Habit 2, begin with the end. Begin with the end in mind is about vision. It's about knowing where you're going before you even start the journey. Think about it like this: if you were building a house, you wouldn't just start hammering nails into wood and hope for the best. You'd have a blueprint. You'd know exactly what the finished home should look like, how many rooms there are, where the walls and windows go. The same concept applies to your life. When you begin with the end in mind, you're essentially creating a personal vision of what you want your future to look like. It's more than just setting goals, it's about defining your values, your principles, and the kind of person you want to become. It's a conscious choice to think deeply about your long-term destination, whether in your career, relationships, health, or personal growth. Having a clear vision of the end shapes the decisions you make in the present. It guides your steps, helps you prioritize, and aligns your daily actions with your ultimate purpose. Without this clear picture, you risk drifting through life, reacting to whatever comes your way instead of taking deliberate steps toward your desired outcomes. Think about it like a compass. Your vision is your true north, giving you direction no matter what challenges you face or how lost you might feel. When distractions or setbacks come along, and they always will, having that end goal in mind keeps you anchored. It allows you to make decisions today that are in alignment with the future you want to create. But here's the thing: beginning with the end in mind also requires you to step outside of the moment and think beyond immediate gratification. It's about looking at the bigger picture. What do you truly want out of life? Not just right now, but in the long run? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? These are the questions that shape your path. It's not just about achieving success in terms of wealth, status, or accolades, although those may be part of it. It's also about fulfilling your deeper purpose, your calling. What do you want your life to stand for? When you define that, everything else becomes clearer. And it's important to understand that beginning with the end in mind isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing practice of reflection and realignment. As you grow and evolve, your vision may shift, and that's okay. The key is to always keep checking in with yourself, making sure your actions are in harmony with your desired outcomes. This habit gives you clarity and focus. It helps you avoid getting lost in the noise of day-to-day life. When you know where you're headed, the journey becomes more purposeful, and every step, no matter how small, takes you closer to that ultimate vision you crafted for yourself. Habit 3, put first things first. Put first things first is about prioritization. It's where the rubber meets the road. You set your vision, you know what the end looks like. But now you've got to organize your life in a way that reflects those priorities. This habit is about discipline and execution, doing the things that matter most, even when they're hard or less urgent. At its core, put first things first is about focusing on what's truly important rather than getting caught up in the noise of the urgent. It's easy to spend your time on tasks that seem pressing: emails, meetings, or daily distractions, but they might not actually move you closer to your goals. This habit challenges you to step back and ask, is this action helping me move toward the life I've envisioned? Think of your time like a bucket. You have big rocks representing your most important priorities: your health, relationships, career goals, personal development. Then you've got smaller pebbles, which are less important tasks that still need to be done. And finally, you've got sand, the small, trivial things that fill up your day, like checking social media or mindlessly scrolling through emails. If you fill your bucket with sand first, there's no room for the big rocks. But if you start by placing the big rocks, everything else can fit around them. Putting first things first is about identifying those big rocks in your life and making sure they get your attention and effort. It means carving out time for the things that align with your vision and values, even when other distractions demand your immediate attention. It's about saying no to the things that aren't aligned with your priorities. That's where the real challenge lies. Most people are pulled in 1,000 different directions, trying to juggle too many things at once. But when you're clear on what matters most, you can be more selective with your time. You learn to say no to the things that don't serve your larger goals, so you can say yes to what truly counts. And it's not just about managing your time, but also your energy. You can't do everything at once, and you shouldn't try. Prioritization means focusing on a few key things that will make the biggest impact. It's about being intentional with your efforts, directing them toward what will produce real results rather than just spinning your wheels on tasks that feel urgent but don't contribute to your long-term success. Put first things first is understanding the difference between what's urgent and what's important. Urgency often demands immediate action, but it doesn't always align with importance. Important tasks are those that directly impact your goals, but they don't always come with a flashing red light. It's easy to push them aside because they don't seem as pressing in the moment. For example, building a strong relationship with your family, investing time in your health, or developing a skill, these are important but not necessarily urgent. They don't demand your attention in the same way an overflowing inbox or an approaching deadline does. But over time, if you neglect these important areas, you'll find yourself in crisis mode, trying to make up for lost time. Putting first things first is about having the discipline to do what matters, even when other things seem more pressing. It requires a high level of self-awareness and constant evaluation of how you're spending your time. You have to be intentional about protecting your time and energy for the things that align with your vision. By focusing on the most important tasks each day, you build momentum and make meaningful progress towards your long-term goals. This habit demands commitment and consistency, not just in moments of calm, but especially when life gets hectic. It's about making tough choices and sticking to your priorities when the world around you pulls in different directions. Habit 4, think win-win. Think win-win is all about shifting your mindset when it comes to interactions with others. It's about seeking mutual benefit in all relationships, both personal and professional, rather than seeing life as a zero-sum game where one person's gain is another's loss. This mindset is rooted in the belief that there's enough success, opportunity, and abundance for everyone, and that the best outcomes are those where all parties feel they benefited. When you embrace the think win-win habit, you stop approaching situations with a competitive or combative mindset. Instead, you begin to see others not as rivals, but as collaborators. It's about fostering relationships where everyone feels valued, respected, and heard. In business, friendships, or family relationships, this mentality encourages cooperation over competition and compromise over conflict. To think win-win requires a deep sense of empathy and understanding. You're not just focused on what you want, but also on what the other person wants. It's a balancing act of assertiveness and empathy, where you openly communicate your needs while also listening to and considering the needs of others. This mutual respect is the foundation of any win outcome. It's easy to fall into the trap of a win-lose mentality, where one person seeks to win at the expense of the other. But in the long run, this approach is often destructive, breeding resentment and damaging relationships. In contrast, win-win thinking builds trust, loyalty, and cooperation. It leads to solutions that strengthen relationships rather than weaken them. Win-win isn't about being soft or giving in, though. It doesn't mean sacrificing your own needs and value that you don't need to diminish someone else's worth to feel successful. Think win-win isn't just about solving problems, it's about creating an atmosphere of trust and cooperation in every interaction. When people know that you're looking out for their interests as well as your own, they're more likely to do the same for you. This creates a positive, productive cycle where both parties feel safe to share openly, negotiate fairly, and collaborate freely. This habit applies in all areas of life. In business, it leads to better partnerships, stronger teams, and long-lasting client relationships. In personal relationships, it fosters deeper connections, healthier communication, and mutual respect. Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Seek first to understand, then to be understood is a principle that centers on improving how we communicate with others by prioritizing empathy and active listening. It emphasizes the importance of truly understanding another person's perspective before expressing your own thoughts or solutions. Active listening involves more than just hearing the words someone is saying. It requires paying attention to their emotions, body language, and underlying concerns. It's about fully immersing yourself in their viewpoint and demonstrating genuine interest and respect for their experience. This approach not only helps you grasp the complete picture of what they are communicating, but also shows that you value their perspective. This habit requires patience and self-restraint. Instead of immediately jumping in with your own responses or solutions, you take the time to listen deeply. This thoughtful approach helps build a foundation of trust and mutual respect, as the other person feels heard and understood. It shifts the focus from merely waiting for your turn to speak to actively engaging with their point of view. When you have made an effort to understand the other person, you create a more receptive environment for your own views. People are more likely to listen to and consider your perspective if they feel you genuinely listen to theirs first. This leads to more effective communication and helps prevent misunderstandings and conflicts. The habit also involves validating the other person's feelings and concerns. It's not about agreeing with everything they say, but acknowledging that their perspective is important and worth considering. By doing so, you foster a collaborative atmosphere where both parties can work together to find common ground solutions. In practical terms, this habit can transform how conflicts are resolved and how relationships are built. It encourages open dialogue and facilitates a deeper connection between individuals. It's a powerful tool for creating a positive communication environment where mutual understanding and respect are at the forefront. Habit 6, synergize. Synergize is about harnessing the power of collaboration and teamwork to achieve outcomes that are greater than the sum of individual efforts. It's the principle of working together to create solutions that none of the parties involved could have reached alone. This habit emphasizes the value of combining diverse perspectives and strengths to produce superior results. At its core, synergy is about leveraging the unique skills, talents, and viewpoints of each team member. It recognizes that each person brings something different to the table, and by integrating these diverse inputs, you can create innovative solutions and achieve goals more effectively. This is different from simply working in a group. It's about creating a cohesive, collaborative effort where the interaction of different elements generates a result that exceeds what each individual could accomplish separately. Synergy thrives on trust and open communication. For true synergy to occur, team members need to be willing to share their ideas, listen to others, and build on each other's strengths. It involves creating an environment where everyone feels valued and where their contributions are respected. This collaborative atmosphere encourages creativity and problem solving, as team members feel free to express their ideas and challenge each other constructively. This habit also requires a shift from traditional problem-solving approaches. Instead of working in isolation or competing against each other, synergizing involves coming together to explore new possibilities. It means approaching challenges with an open mind and being willing to compromise or adapt in order to find the best solution. A key aspect of synergy is understanding and appreciating differences. In a synergistic team, diversity is seen as an asset rather than a hurdle. Different perspectives and experiences are viewed as opportunities for growth and innovation. By embracing these differences and working through them, teams can develop more robust and creative solutions. Effective synergy also involves clear roles and responsibilities. For collaboration to be productive, each team member needs to understand their role and how it fits into the larger effort. This clarity helps prevent overlap and ensures that everyone is contributing in a way that supports the collective goal. It also involves coordinating efforts and integrating the various components of the project or problem to achieve a seamless and efficient outcome. Synergizing is not just about achieving immediate goals, but also about building relationships and fostering a positive team dynamic. It creates a sense of unity and shared purpose, where team members are motivated to work together and support each other. This collaborative spirit not only enhances productivity, but also improves morale and satisfaction within the team. In practice, synergy can lead to breakthrough innovations and successful outcomes that might not have been possible through individual efforts alone. It involves creating a collaborative culture where the collective intelligence and effort of the group lead to exceptional results. By embracing synergy, teams and organizations can achieve greater success and drive positive change through effective collaboration and integration. Habit 7, sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw is about the continual process of self-improvement and renewal. It emphasizes the importance of regularly investing in yourself to maintain and enhance your effectiveness across all areas of life: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Just like a saw needs to be sharpened regularly to cut efficiently, your personal growth and well-being require ongoing attention and care. This habit involves taking proactive steps to renew and refresh yourself, ensuring that you can perform at your best. It's about creating a balanced approach to personal development, where you make time for activities that rejuvenate and strengthen each dimension of your life. Physical renewal includes taking care of your body through exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate rest. Regular physical activity not only improves your health, but also boosts your energy levels and enhances your overall productivity. It's about making time for activities that keep you in good shape and prevent burnout. Mental renewal involves engaging in activities that stimulate and challenge your mind. It could be through reading, learning new skills, or pursuing intellectual hobbies. Mental renewal helps keep your mind sharp, enhances problem-solving abilities, and fosters creativity. It's about dedicating time to personal growth and intellectual development. Emotional renewal, emotional well-being is about managing stress, building resilience, and maintaining a positive outlook. This can be achieved through practices like mindfulness, journaling, or connecting with supportive friends and family. Emotional renewal helps you navigate challenges with a balanced mindset and fosters healthy relationships. Spiritual renewal, this acts consistently, lead to lasting change and fulfillment. Ladies and gentlemen, let me leave you with this: life is a series of choices and actions, and the path to greatness is paved with discipline and purpose. These 7 habits aren't just a set of steps to follow, they're a way of life. They're about pushing yourself to be better, not just for yourself, but for those around you. So as you move forward, remember this: don't just go through life, grow through it. Embrace these habits with passion. Let them guide you through the challenges and triumphs. And when you hit those tough spots, And you will remember that the strength to overcome lies in your hands. You've got what it takes to rise, to shine, and to make a difference. Now go out there and put these principles into action. Be bold, be relentless, and be unstoppable. Your journey to greatness starts now. Thank you. And may your path be filled with purpose and success. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes?
Well, as I said, I'm a positive person. I think that you have to take what you're given and do something with it. You know, the easiest thing to do is complain about it and give in to that. But I try to turn that into something positive, and so far it's worked for me.
Fail big. That's right. Fail big. Today's the beginning of the rest of your life, and it can be very frightening. It's a new world out there. It's a mean world out there, and you only live once. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing.
I just can't live my life based upon what other people think about me. So I can't concern myself too much with what other people think. You know, it's just not healthy.
The chances you take, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. Dreams without goals remain dreams, just dreams, and ultimately fuel disappointment. Goals on the road to achievement cannot be achieved without discipline and consistency. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Fall forward. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents. Thank you for love. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. Embrace it, because it's inevitable. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. So don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. You've invested a lot in your education, and people have invested in you. And let me tell you, the world needs your talents. Man, does it ever. I just got back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but there are places there with terrible poverty that need help. And Africa is just the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. Alabama needs your help. Tennessee needs your help. Louisiana needs your help. Philadelphia needs your help. The world needs a lot, and we need it from you.
We really do. We need it from you young people. I mean, I'm not speaking for the rest of us up here, but I know I'm getting a little grayer. We need it from you, the young people, because remember this. So you got to get out there. You got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. Because remember this, you will never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. What are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors, some of you are theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money, some of you have patience, some of you have kindness, some of you have love, some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Because taking risk is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas.
40 years ago, March 27th, 1975, it was 40 years ago, just this past March, I was flunking out of college. I had a 1.7 grade point average. I hope none of you can relate. I had a 1.7 grade point average. I was sitting in my mother's beauty shop. They still call it beauty shop now? What they call it? Yeah, I was sitting in a beauty parlor. I was sitting in my mother's beauty parlor, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I see behind me this woman under the dryer. And every time she looked up, every time I looked up, she was looking at me, just looking me in the eye. And I didn't know who she was, and I said, she said, somebody give me a pen, so I have a prophecy. March 27, 1975, she said, boy, you are gonna travel the world and speak to millions of people. Now mind you, I was flunked out of college. I'm thinking about joining the army. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and she's telling me I'm gonna travel the world and speak to millions of people. Well, I have traveled the world, and I have spoke to millions of people. But that's not the most important thing, the success that I had. The most important thing is that what she taught me and what she told me that day has stayed with me since. I've been protected, I've been directed, I've been corrected. I've kept God in my life, and it's kept me humble. I didn't always stick with him, but he always stuck with me.
Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you got. And when you fall throughout life, remember this. Fall forward. So never give up. Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish.
You have to work at it. Every day, you have to plan. Every day. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do. And in this text, tweet, twerk world that you've grown up in, remember, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done.
Fall down 7 times, get up 8.
Don't confuse movement with progress. My mother told me, she said, yeah, because you can run in place all the time and never get anywhere. So continue to strive, continue to have goals, continue to progress.
Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship.
And anything you want good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Each one, teach one. Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference.
Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.